head judge.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? So tell me a bit about yourself.
So I'm 25. I'm from Brisbane in Australia, and I'm very, very excited to be here for YCS Sydney this weekend.
Awesome. So what made you get into Yu-Gi-Oh in the first place?
Well, I originally started playing because I had a couple of friends who played and was kind of looking for something to do on the weekend. I started playing around the time Duelist Revolution came out. I was playing very, very casually and playing sort of just thrown together decks with friends on the weekend. And I started playing much more seriously around Dragon Ruler format.
So what was your first most competitive deck you would say you played besides Dragon Ruler? Something you just put together and had good success with?
I think the first time I can ever remember playing a really, really well-structured deck was a Frog Monarch deck. The only issue was I was playing it during a format that was dominated by 6 Samurai, and so it was a very, very poor medical on my part. But ultimately, that was the kind of when I really realized that Yu-Gi-Oh could be something that I could sort of put a lot of time into and develop my skills and get better at.
Oh, awesome. So, being a judge, what made you want to take that path?
Well, I mean, I sort of, obviously, once I started playing in premier events and regionals, I encountered other judge staff and went, oh, okay, this is sort of a neat thing. I'm one of those people who, if I'm going to do something like play a card game or anything like that, I really want to get into the nitty gritty. I like to understand how the cards I'm playing work. I like to understand how the game works. And so judging sort of just became a natural extension of that, where, I figured if I understood how my card worked, there was no reason why I shouldn't apply that and sort of help other people to understand how their cards worked. And so from a position at locals where people would say, oh, what does this card do? And I'd lean over and go, oh, it works like this. Sort of naturally evolved to a role where I was, in a more official capacity judging events.
Yeah. So you've judged Nationals, Oceanics, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And you recently went to Worlds last year, right?
Yes, I did attend
So
the
how was that
World
experience?
Championships. It was awesome. Obviously, being in Australia, where we're quite isolated from the rest of the world, and you sort of spend a lot of your time, dealing with Australian duelists and Australian tournaments. And previously, I hadn't had a chance to travel internationally at all for Yu-Gi-Oh! So meeting up with sort of European duelists and European judges and American duelists and making those sort of friendships internationally and seeing just how other larger countries especially run things was a really, really good experience for me, and I think it sort of helped me grow a lot as a judge.
So did you keep any friends, or you went to Orlando, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So did you get to do any other stuff besides judging? How long were you there for?
Oh, absolutely. America was a lovely place to be, and a lot of the people who I met there were sort of really awesome as well. There's a lot of people who I've stayed in contact with afterwards, both on the judging side of things and even just the other players who I met while I was there. So overall, it was a really, really awesome experience.
Oh, awesome. So moving on to this event, YCS Sydney. This is your first time head judging on YCS,
That's correct. I was the assistant head judge at the last YCS, but this is the first time that I am fully head judging, yes.
So what do you expect for the event? How many people do you expect to be here? All that sort of stuff.
I feel like we're probably... My guess, we always love... In Australia, we sort of have a joke among the staff where everyone submits their guess for how many players they think they're going to get. My guess is always above 900. Australians only get one YCS a year, which means that most of them will make the trip. It normally ends up being a pretty big turnout, and hopefully it'll be a really, really good event.
Also, the mat, 175th mat.
Yeah.
Looks really good. Dark Magician on the front.
It's very, very exciting. I'm sort of reminded of the original YCS Sydney where we had the Dark Magician gold mat and how much excitement was sort of generated around that design. So hopefully we see sort of a similar reaction to... Everyone loves the nostalgia mats. That's always a good deal, right? So I think people are going to be very, very excited to get that tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped for the event. I can't wait. And hopefully, good job. First time head judging.
Thank you, Raymond. I appreciate it.
Good talk.
Hello guys, welcome back to YCS Sydney 2017. We're here in the top 8. We're getting very close now.
We are
very
close.
close.
Very close, yes.
Yeah. So we got a few graphics to show you. So let's start with the I don't know which exact ones we have, but let's start with the earliest graphic that we have, right at the start of day 1, if possible. No, we don't have the one right from the start of day 1. But we're going to show you some statistics. We'll bring that up now. Here we go. So, here is the deck breakdown for day 1. So, right from the start, Metalfoes, 142, ABCs, 124, Blue Eyes, 65, and the Paleozoic deck, 53. So, let's not go much further than that down that list, Brennan, because because as we know, almost everything below that disappeared. So yeah,
let's
day
go.
2 now.
Yeah, go day 2.
Yeah, so the conversion rate for Metalfoes, really good. ABC is really good.
We see
Blue Eyes not so
dropping
good.
just so much. We see a little bit of Hero still doing okay. We see Cosmo in there, and we see Yangtze Metalfoe doing pretty good. But yeah, Metalfoes still the top, still staying strong.
Yep. And then moving on to the top cut now. So this was at the start of day 2. So the top cut will have been made after the full 10 rounds. This was just after 7 rounds. So yeah, Paleozoics jumping over the top of Blue Eyes. You know, that's obviously they jump over things because they're frogs.
Yeah, of course.
Leapfrogging over Blue Eyes.
Although the deck had less percentage or less numbers, it's one of the best decks in the format right now.
Yeah,
so, of course,
the conversion rate was much higher for those decks.
So of course it makes sense for it to have such a good showing.
Yeah. So it just gives a few moments here, and we'll get you the next set of deck breakdown here, so that we can see where we're going. So yeah, here we go. So there's the top 32. So you can see the only few decks that were really swaying away from the top 3 that we saw at the start of day 2 is that Metalfoes Yangtze that Connor brought us.
We have
and
Cosmo.
the Cosmo artifacts. Yep.
And a regular Cosmo, I think.
Yeah, Cosmo down at the bottom, and then there was a couple of awesome heroes in there as well.
And,
So moving on to the next cut, the top 16. Oh, sorry, top 8. So, yep. So moving swiftly on to the top 8.
So you see a big difference here, as we see Paleozoic Frogs actually not being in the top 8.
Yeah, not there at all.
That's very surprising.
Why do you think that is?
I honestly don't know. The deck's very strong. I think maybe Metalfoes just overwhelmed it.
Yeah, I think people must have kind of perfected that Metalfoes list now. Really got to the point where...
I think I've seen a lot of people citing Holding Legs, and that card is actually very strong as well, so it bounces them all back to hand.
Yeah, exactly.
So that could be one of the reasons. The side deck choices may have just gotten better for Paleozoic.
Yeah, exactly. So we can see there that Connor, playing the Metalfoes Yangtze deck, is actually still in. That is our backup feature match for this round. But our primary feature match is up in the top left. Lee versus Luke Campisi, playing ABCs versus Metalfoes. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get over to the table and find out how this match is going to go down. And here we are. So Lee from China and Luke Campisi from Australia.
I like how the dice are both on those symbols.
Yeah, just waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting imminently.
They could have been any number, but they chose the numbers that look the best.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones that don't have numbers.
Yeah. So that's an 8, maybe? Or is he going to roll it again?
Nah, you roll it, yeah.
Roll again, so 6.
Lee gonna roll. I think that's a 7.
That's 7. Yeah, so we're going to see the ABC player opening up here.
So his list is actually very similar to a lot of ABC players we've had on stream. He is maining double Dark Holes or Book of Eclipse, as we've seen a lot of.
Yeah, really interesting.
That's a very common thing in this event.
And the Kaiju as well.
Yeah, and the double Kaijus, yeah, of course. So a build that can go second still wants to go first.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they've just kind of, all these people playing the same list have really chosen to make this build able to go second.
As you see him open up with the terraforming, that's definitely what he wants.
Yep.
Gonna get him that Union Hanger, start off his combos.
Yeah. Last time we saw ABCs, we were really struggling to get that Union Hanger out quite quickly.
It's shown why he's in top 8. Has the ability to get that Union Hanger.
Has the ability to get the Union Hanger, yeah. Yep. So we have actually set up a streaming area just by the side of us, so you may be able to hear some cheering about the match as we proceed through the top 8. So all of these guys actually had their profiles done by our written coverage member called Scott, who has been really getting the details of why they turned up to the YCS with the deck they had and all that good stuff, and that'll be on the coverage site in just a few hours.
So we see the standard ABC players going on. Gadget for C. Wyvern, Be Buster Drake getting or detaching itself.
Yeah. For Secure Me, gonna go get A.
standard plays, but this will lead to him getting ABC Dragon live.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's going to set any cards that he has, then play Tsukiyomi, then summon the Dragon Buster. So, Luke Campisi, what does he have in his hand? He's got plenty of Metalfoes monsters, as well as Magispectre, Kirin, and Bunbuku.
That's a really good hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very much
it's a nice
is.
hand.
Opening Kirin is always nice.
So we see that he did open the Gamma Seal.
Yeah, there's also a Dark Hole set there as well.
Ah,
Can be useful next turn.
That is good.
Yeah, so if anything kind of goes badly in that next turn,
And he'll be able to equip the Buster Drake, so he's unaffected as well, if he wants to go down that route.
yeah. Yeah,
Of course,
usually
he
doesn't matter all that much if you Dark Hole your own ABC pieces,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you can summon it from grave anyway.
You can pretty much freely Dark Hole at that point.
Yeah. So let's see where Luke manages to go here.
So we see Scale being activated. And Raccoon coming down. Such little monsters, but such great effects.
Yeah, Bunbuku is...
That was one of the things I loved about Magispectres. They're like so cute and stuff, but their effects were just crazy. Yeah.
Yep, so unassuming.
Yeah.
It was the same with, I think it was the same with the clowns. All the clowns looked really funny, but they actually had really powerful effects.
So Osmo Dolce is also in that category.
Yeah, they were just lots of kick.
Yeah.
I must admit, I liked the idea of beating someone up with kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the current reigning European champion, Samir Bachar, took Modolches to the World Championships and actually managed to beat Shinsuke. Shinsuke, in the first round with Modolches. That was quite fascinating to watch.
He was like one of his only losses, right?
It was his only loss.
The
entire game, the entire tournament, yeah.
Yeah, wow. And Modolche, of all things.
Yeah.
I love that deck. It's one of the decks I picked up.
Yeah.
Before in Jelly, but Anyway, getting back to the game.
So destroying the Bunbuku.
Setting the combination.
It's kind of strange because when you're facing down Dragon Buster, you're just kind of walking on eggshells until he uses its effect, and then the moment its effect's used, you can just be like, yeah, okay, let's go, and then
you're pretty much putting on shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
To walk over those eggshells.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, please use its effect.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's used its effect, then you're just able to really make some headway.
So my first player, just thinking over his options. Again, he's kind of trying to probably figure out how to bait the ABC Dragon's effect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, we're getting so far into the top cut here. These guys must be feeling it. I must admit, when I was just walking around the feature match area just a few moments before we started, and I mean, my jokes aren't usually that amazing anyway, but I was trying to, lighten the mood a little in the feature match area, and they just weren't having it. They seemed dead set on super seriousness.
Yeah, just focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense. This is top 8.
Yeah.
They are playing to see who the 2017 YCS champion of Sydney will be.
Yep. Getting ever so closer to that prestige and those prize cards that everyone is after.
And this is the first YCS of the year too, so it's a big starting point. As we do see ABC Dragon's effect. So he discards Dark Hole. Does that mean he drew into the second one? Copy, as if he has one set.
Maybe, unless that other card is kind of more vital to his plans. Well, it has to be a monster or a spell card. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, of course, because he set the other one. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that means he did draw into the second one. So there is another scale, that Bunbuku. there's nowhere to go here now for Lily. He has to kind of let Luke do. Okay,
Just
well,
have
the
the
other card's
Maxi,
Maxi.
yeah.
Wow. That's a decent set of cards that you drew off of the Tsukiyomi right there.
You see, he's thinking about Metalfoes Fusion. Decides to go with counter. Possibly rethinking his strategy on the fly. Decided maybe it's better if I go this route.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess Luke Campisi still able to make this pendulum scale. You might actually be able to get that Kieran on board finally.
I think Lily might be thinking about a response here. So he's going to let it go through.
Boom.
A big pendulum summon.
That is a
out
big
there.
pendulum summon.
If Kieran's involved, it's always a big pendulum summon, even
Yeah.
if it's just the Kieran.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I do wonder exactly where he's going to go from here.
Deciding to pop his Volflame.
Yeah.
Going for the Metalfoes Fusion.
I don't think he had any of the targets. He's used enough Metalfoes effects to turn to
Yeah.
everything.
And he only does he play double of anything? No, so he
Nope.
just plays pretty much one of all of them.
Yeah, and the dimensional barrier, 3-dimensional barriers in
Yeah.
the main deck as well. It's interesting.
It's always interesting to see the counts of what targets they play.
Yeah.
Some people play like double combination, double counter.
Yeah.
So always interesting to see. You see the fusion being activated.
Yeah, I think a combination of Mithrilium plus the Kieran here is going to cause a real headache for Lily. Because that ABC Dragon Buster is... Something's going to have to happen to the ABC Dragon Buster.
So he's going to draw another card off Maxi.
Yeah.
So that's 2 cards. So it's like Lily does have a response.
Yeah. Okay. So, and there's the Torrential Tribute. That's only going to hit the Mithrilium, not any of the other monsters.
Yeah.
The crowd seems to be getting much larger in the streaming area.
Yeah.
Might be able to get a picture by our tech team into the chats, show you just how many people are there. Yeah, Woodhouse is on his way. So that's the split into the into the pieces of the Dragon Buster. Yeah, I think they just saw the Torrential Tribute.
Yeah.
Hype. Yeah, so obviously the stream is on a bit of a delay in the room here. So both players just having a little discussion here. I don't know about what, but
I think if he activated Torrential Tribute but he chained Dragon Buster, would other ABCs fine on the field?
What's it, sorry?
Like, because he chained ABC Dragon, then chained Torrential.
Yeah,
right?
Torrential would resolve, then ABCs would summon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he would like summon before Torrential would resolve.
No, because he can play Dragon Buster and then play Torrential. So summon is the summon is resolved, then Chain Link 1 is the Dragon Buster, and then Chain Link 2 is Torrential. Yeah, so I don't know what they're discussing here. I think they're still discussing the ramifications of this torrential tribute.
But Mytherium did effective resolve and he did summon.
Yeah,
off it, so
those.
we see the Kieran making an attack.
Yeah, so Luke's turn didn't necessarily go how he wanted it to there. Yeah, so yeah, oh, they were still kind of resolving that torrential tribute, so the secure me's gone now. And then Kieran's effect. Yeah, I think he's probably going to use Kieran's effect to bounce bounce one of the pieces here, so then next turn he can bounce the piece that gets summoned. Kieran's so strong.
It really is.
Yeah.
Such a powerful monster. And the fact that it's unaffected and can't be targeted.
Yeah,
also
exactly.
just crazy.
Member of our tech team is just taking a picture of the guys in the streaming area. They're going to post that in chat so you guys can have a look.
So we see Lily's turn, drawing a card. So 3 back.
Yeah, so I think that that Kieran's just going to control the board to absolute, you know, unless he's got a gadget, which even then would be, you know, wouldn't necessarily do all that much.
It depends if Luke has any like back row as well. Like, does he have
Could
a
have,
dimensional barrier?
yeah, if he's got one of those dimensional barriers, then yeah, he can just call
Yeah.
fusion and be like, okay, sure, I'm okay with this.
But I think if he doesn't have a dimensional barrier or a way to stop a play besides Kieran, I think he Lily can be fine. I think he can play around.
Yeah.
And get around the Kieran or bait out the Kieran.
That's the thing. He needs a way to bait the Kieran out.
Yeah.
So the full metal fuel. words. Full Metalfoes fusion.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day. We're getting pretty late in the day now. It's getting pretty late. My jet lag still hasn't worn off. really hasn't. So he's able to deal with that Crush Wyvern as well.
So Lee's able to special summon Buster Drake.
Yeah,
from
using
the
the Crush Wyvern. That's a really smart way to get around the Kieran, I think. So is he going to activate Union Hanger? If not, then I think the best move is to activate the Kieran. I think even if he doesn't, either way here, even if he manages to summon the Dragon Buster, he can just Kieran it back during his turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like the best way because he has to waste like the way I thought. He had to waste his battle phase, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out like, cause since it can't be targeted, Kieran, it's so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially because you have to.
He has to get it off the field before summoning the Dragon Buster. Otherwise, you can just bounce the Dragon Buster, and you can't disassemble the Dragon Buster during your own turn.
So we see A being equipped, so it's unaffected by monster effects.
Yeah.
It's choosing a special with its effect.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty interesting. That's a good play.
Yeah.
A way to get another 3 on the field.
Yeah.
So
and he's going to be able to make an exceed play here.
Yeah.
I think still, regardless, you just leave Kieran there. There's nothing to deal with Kieran.
Yeah, there's no. I think you have to leave it there.
Unless you attack over or something.
I don't think there's a way without the battle phase to actually deal with it.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
King Gorgon could be a way, as in you can change the target or something else, but
No, because Ken Gorgon doesn't target. It's only if a card targets exactly one card, whereas Kieran targets one card on your side of the field and one card on their side of the field.
So it looks like the battle phase may be the option. If it does make it anyway.
I may be wrong about that then. Let me take a look.
Activate C.
Pretty sure Ken Gorgon only works if it is. Yeah, it's got to target exactly one card on the field.
Maybe he thought the same as me. Maybe.
Yeah, Ken Gorgon's not going to work against this.
He may have thought the same thing I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. May have fell into the same mistake. Or he may be making it full Mithrilium.
Possibly.
So just have a look at his graveyard here.
Yeah. Definitely end phase. We're going to see Kieran take something away.
Yeah.
And then yes, I think we're probably going to see Kieran take away the as long as Luke Campisi here knows, then he just takes away the Dragon Buster, and then next turn, he can just easily get rid of the Ken Gorgon, really easily, with the Mithrilium, because he no longer has monsters on the field.
Yeah. So we see the effect of ABC Dragon being used, targeting the combination.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yep. And he's going to pass turn.
Okay, I'm not too sure why in the end phase he didn't use the Kieran. I think this happens sometimes where your opponent makes a play that is actually wrong, but you think it works in a particular way. I think that Luke Campisi here doesn't realize that doesn't work. I don't think he realizes. He's gonna kick himself when he sees that. By all logic, you should play that Kieran effect there. Well, let's see. He may have another plan. May have another plan that we're not seeing.
He's going to get that draw first. See where things go. Does he has a card in hand?
Yeah, I just think he doesn't know.
Thruin's effect being activated. No, Ken Gorgon can respond to this.
Yeah.
If he does target.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean at that point it doesn't matter, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
No, because it doesn't. It really matters because the ABC Dragon Bus can just detach into 3 pieces.
But he is
I feel like I'm missing something.
What is he going to use effect? Yeah, is there something going on that we're not
Yeah,
seeing?
have I just missed something, or is that really how that works? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that is how that works.
So he's using the effect of
Yeah, so he, yeah, I actually don't think he can use it on Mithrilium either.
Really?
No, he can't use it on Mithrilium either.
So I guess the play here is for ABC Dragon to just tag out.
Yeah, so he just... Well, no, that's it. Mithrilium. Mithrilium is gonna... Okay. There's a large cheer. Yeah, so Kangorgan was actually entirely useless in this scenario.
Yeah.
Other than the mind games of stopping Luke Campisi.
The mind game seemed to be there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he definitely didn't do something in the end phase, which he should have done.
Whether it was intentional or not, it's definitely working.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So we're kind of standstill here, as I think they were explaining.
Yeah, I think
Kangorgan
there's there maybe an appeal even to the head judge. Yeah, so both Mithrilium and Kieran target cards other than one card on the field. It targets 2 cards in the graveyard. Mithrilium. They have to target exactly 1 card on the field, and it also says in brackets. It's in parentheses just after that. It says and no other cards.
So he's going to discard the Maxi.
In response to the Mithrilium?
I believe so, yeah. And then he'll just
Why
chain.
is he? Yeah, why is he not?
He'll activate the banish, I imagine, then just tag out in the same chain.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think at this point... Okay, no, at least he remembered that. But yeah, he could have done this during end phase. I think, well, at least now Luke Campisi knows that he could have done this in end phase.
But that Kieran is really putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so at least now, you know, this is very important for this particular scenario. At least now Luke Campisi knows. Because going into next turn, this may still be relevant.
Yeah.
I guess maybe not, because the Kangorgan's going to get dealt with right now. The Kieran's just going to bounce it, and then he's going to pendulum summon the Kieran back down. If he can... Well, didn't he bounce back a... He bounced back a Bunbuku, didn't he, last turn? He can just resummon that.
Yeah.
Bounce... His normal summon... Like, 100% his normal summon right now should be spent bouncing the Kangorgan with Kieran.
Yeah.
And then I think he should just deal with the Dragon Busters with Kieran next turn.
I think once he deals with the Kangorgan, like if he bounces it, he will have the ability to go into a second ABC Buster Dragon.
Yeah, so...
Which is a little bit better than one.
Yeah, it's just really troubling that yeah.
Mm.
If you got that over and done with in the end phase.
So we see the Thulium.
So at least that's dealt with now, but yeah. I feel it's a little too late at this point. Because now Lili has the ability of double Buster Dragon and you can just attack into the Kieran. And there's, you know, we're in game 1. The only thing here is like a system down or something would be it. I mean, If Luke
Is
Campisi,
this the same game that he had Dark Hole? No, he already used the Dark Hole. No, he used Torrential. Is the same game he opened Dark Hole? Obviously,
yeah,
the same game,
no, I
but has he
think
used
I think
the
it's
Dark Hole?
no, he's not used it yet.
I mean, it doesn't
I
deal
think
with
that set
but...
card is Dark Hole.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, Dim Barrier is fine. Yeah, okay. Sure. So that kind of relieves the pressure a little.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know this sounds insane. This sounds really insane, but I would have played Dim Barrier when he summoned 1. When he summoned 1 Buster. I think that's the correct
you
play.
know what, yeah, that's actually
The correct play
then you
is when
immediately
he
just bounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, because in 2 turns, he's going to have to deal with double Buster
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
I think the correct play is
that is
absolutely
definitely
to...
a play that could have been made, yeah. I would agree.
Because, okay, at
Let's
least...
have the maxi.
Yeah, and as well, he could have maxied here, he'd have got the draw, didn't waste his Dim Barrier. He could have, yeah, I think that was a much better play, but we'll see. I think it's not going to matter too much here. If Luke Campisi, well, depends how many draws he's going to get off of this maxi, because if he gets enough draws, then he's going to be able to OTK through pretty much anything. But I think Li Li is in a great position still. I think he should just leave it there. Maybe
So he's passing down.
maybe someone cast. It's one of those things where you know. Do you want to give your opponent the extra card from Maxi? I think you do in this scenario. What's the trap card on Maxi? It's, yeah, Dim Barrier, isn't it? Because if he manages to make Mithrilium live here, then he's really getting close to being threatened for game.
And he has 1 card in hand, so, well, Lili, so if it is one of the ABC pieces, he can float into it.
Yeah.
Once the C is destroyed.
So he destroys his own Mithrilium.
And I believe he's going to activate his counter.
I think he's having a bit contested here because he's already resolved his Metalfoes card and he's not able to chain here.
That would be very...
He has already resolved his card. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, counter's fine because when it's destroyed, it's in a separate chain.
Or...
Yeah, I think counters is if, so it can't miss timing. So yeah, it's got to be in a new chain. So it'll be, yeah, that's going to get set, then Mithrilium activates, then he's got a chain counter to Mithrilium. Like, is he resolving Mithrilium's effect?
I think counter would go first.
No, Mithrilium would... Oh, sorry. Resolution order, yeah, counter would go first.
But what's his play here?
Yeah,
it's rank 4? Oh, possibly. Like, that is the level 4, so...
His play right now is to sit on Kieran.
Yeah.
Be like, I've got Kieran.
It's doing
all
pretty good so far.
That's such a shame. I think Dim Barrier after the first Dragon Buster was so correct.
You wouldn't be looking at a board of monsters.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He'd be looking at a board of 1 monster, and then 3 banished and unrecoverable ABC cards. You would have no possible way of recovering those ABC cards. I mean, that's a big pendulum summon. That's what I was saying. If he's got the ability to pendulum summon into a big set of monsters here. What rank 3s does he play?
Now he does play the Break Sword. Does he play...
No, nothing else.
So
he doesn't play the Totem Bird. It's got to be the Break Sword.
But
he's just going to use the Mithriliums anyway.
So going through those line of plays to make Mithrilium's effect live.
Yeah.
And then activating the fusion to draw another card.
Yeah, he actually didn't ever resolve the effect of Mithrilium either. In the grave, I mean. I think the pressure is really getting to these guys here.
This is still only game 1.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I wonder how much time So actually, we do have some information about our secondary feature match. The Metalfoes Yangzing player just lost to our Paleozoic player named Mark. So the dream is over for a rogue deck winning YCS Sydney. He was the last rogue deck in. So we've just had a time update. There's another 7.5 minutes remaining. Yeah, so he's able to recycle his Mithriliums here. That's great maneuver to just keep that always accessible.
So a line of plays happening here.
Yeah, I think it's really tough when you're trying to remember, like you're trying to come up with a line of plays of what they're thinking when I would have done something completely different earlier on.
Plus he's going to set his Metalfoes fusion. But Kieran's just been sitting on the board since turn 1.
Yeah, that Kieran's been putting so much work in. So we can fuse once more. I don't think he's got enough. Does he have enough? Yeah, that's enough if he can resolve the other Mithrilium. Yeah, it's like, that's 51, isn't it? Mithrilium's on 25, right? Yeah, 26, sorry, so yeah, 50, 51, 52 damage. And then the extra 100, so 5,300 damage, so we're going to see him go down to 1,650, I think. If my maths is correct.
We see him add Buster Drake back.
Yeah. I think I got my maths wrong, but he's very low. He's on like around 1,000 life points at this point. About 5 minutes left in the round.
I think Lily can still make a comeback. He has access to.
Yeah, he's got. This is the thing. If this turn he had single Buster, which he had.
Oh no, he's got the second dimension.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Whew. Wow.
Yeah.
That was an insane game. That was absolutely insane. I was backwards and forwards, and I had Dragon Busters coming out my ears. That was just yeah. That was so. Yeah. So side deck options. Let's get into these side deck options here.
So starting with Luke.
Yep. So he's got system downs. He's only playing 2 system downs. Lava Golems, D-Crows, really good.
So Luke will be going second here. So
yeah, so Lava Golems definitely.
Yeah, Lava Golems.
Yeah, both of those, Lava Golems and System Downs, really good. And as for Lily, he has Retaliating Seas, Pot of Acquisitiveness. I don't know whether he's going to maybe put that in.
He has Anti-Spell Arrogance, which will definitely be coming in.
Yeah, Union Scramble.
Only 2 copies.
Union Scramble as well. And he may put in that Typhoon just because he's only got triple Twin Twisters. He has nothing else as far as back row removal is concerned.
He has the Cosmic Cyclones.
Oh, Cosmic, so sorry, yeah, so he could put those in as well.
Which means Banish them will be much better than destroying them. So we may see them. But he's going first, so I don't see I think Anti-Spell coming in over Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah, if he's got space, he may put both in.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not Retaliating Seas. Well, we'll soon find out.
But I mean, they're definitely decided for a reason for Metalfoes, so.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always good about side decks. There's so many options. It's good to see like what they actually choose. So both players drawing their hands, going into game 2. We must not have that much time left in the round. I would imagine 2 minutes probably. As you see, Union Hangar being activated.
Yep, so yeah, opening up with not the best, because he could have had some gadgets here, but didn't have any gadgets. But still, opening up with 2 ABCs. I think that's all he's got.
Do we get it out of their hands?
So look. Yeah, so he's got Terraforming, Strike, Twin Twisters, Dim Barrier, Union Hangar. So yeah, he played Union Hangar, summoned C, got B, and then he's probably set everything apart from Terraforming.
Not the best hand, but he does have some good back row.
Oof.
That's the first time we've seen this on the stream.
Yeah, we've not seen Gofu at all.
A lot of people have been dropping it.
Yeah, I was waiting for a surprise moment in case he managed to pull it off the combo, but yeah. So Luke Campisi is playing the Gofu version of Metalfoes. Yeah, I was hoping he kind of like did it in a surprise manner. Yeah. But his opponent does have Dimensional Barrier.
But painful decision, getting him a copy of Gold Driver. Normal summoning the Gold Driver.
Yeah.
We've seen him go into Vermilion Dragon Mac. We haven't seen.
Wow, yeah.
Or did he? Did he?
That's a TCG exclusive.
Yeah. And that is you banish your tuner to pop a card on the field.
Yep.
And when it dies, you get to add a tuner.
Yeah, you get to add a banished tuner back to your hand. So
does he have a tuner? Does he have a luster in hand? Oh, he's striking anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Gofu was the tuner.
Oh yeah, true.
So we are now in time. This is turn 0.
I think he has the vanities in his hand.
I mean, just as time was called, Lily had just paid for Solemn Strike.
Yeah.
That's always the worst. I remember playing 6 Samurais, and I literally had a turn where I needed to Solemn Judgment like 3 things, and I was just like, okay, I'm in a good place now. I've got all my Samurais. I'm good. Boom, time. I was like, what? Really? I've got no life points left.
So setting a counter. Setting 2 face downs. One being vanities, I do believe.
What a shame. The one time we see Vermilion Mech,
yeah, immediately
just gets striked. What a shame. So that's from the. I think that's from the most recent set, Invasion of Vengeance. Actually,
yeah.
It's a secret rare. It's a very cool card. It's kind of it's one of those cards where if you manage to get its effect off, then you are like so far ahead. Because if it gets destroyed after that, then you just get the advantage back immediately from it.
I think we see Luke possibly scoop.
Yeah, I think he called it a day.
So we'll be going into game 3.
Yeah, that seems really strange.
He did activate the Twin Twister, so maybe he just thought he has nothing he can do.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So.
I think he knows that he probably can't do anything because they're in time.
Yeah.
So they're just going straight to sudden death.
Yeah. So they're rolling to see who gets to go first. Yeah, Lily won the second game. So.
Did they both? Someone win or they both get a 4?
Yeah, we need to get a new dice. I don't like that dice.
It's very hard to
We need
tell.
to get a big fuzzy dice, like we had in YCS Sydney. We had like a dice that was like this big, huge, like foam. It was like made of foam. So cool. You could just throw it at people and be like 6. It was great. Okay, so yeah, so as you were saying, about the side decking, it's hard to say, kind of what you're going to put in, what you're going to take out. Luke's hand here is pretty good, pending the cards from Pot of Desires.
Is that a dimensional barrier?
Yeah, that's Dim Barrier. Dim Barrier, Cosmic Cyclone, Kieran, Steelin, and then a Pot of Desires. So pending the Pot of Desires, this hand could turn pretty nasty.
And I guess we're about to find out, because he does activate the Pot of Desires.
And
Lily's not going to be want to see that Kieran again either.
No. He's got Lily starts with Maxi, Double Strike, Union Hanger, Terraforming. Not the best of hands.
Not the best. Okay going first. Probably not in... it's hard in sudden death with 2 strikes. So you're just mentioning having all these pain traps.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if he draws a gadget... No, there's that. I feel he's in a bit of a tough spot here because of that dimensional barrier. You can just call Exceed and then your opponent can't get any further.
Did we possibly get the Vanish part?
Let's have a look, see if we got that. Yeah, so he actually banished 3 of his Gold Rivers.
Wow.
So that's just so if the first card you play is Pot of Desires and you banish 3 of the same card with a 5-card hand, it is a 1.8% chance. So not quite that, because he did a bit of searching first. So
still not.
Yeah, a bit more likely, but nowhere more than about 3%. Nowhere near.
So we see him set 4 and pass.
Yeah.
So maybe Lily will have a shot.
Yeah,
with this,
I was expecting quite a lot more.
Yeah, the subpart opening from Luke.
Yeah, I think, as I said, it was pending that. Yeah, pending the Pot of Desires, but still that Cosmic Cyclone. He does have a secondary one with the Terraforming, but still, he's not going to be able to use that this time.
He did pay 1,000 life points though, Luke, with that Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah, exactly. And we're in sudden death here, but I think he believes that he can really.
Well, there's only one turn to go.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah. He's gonna have to start putting damage on. Immediately.
Yeah. Well, he went first, so he only gets one turn here.
So then he has one more turn left.
He's got 1 turn. Lily at least has 2 turns here, and we know ABCs can go from pretty much nothing to quite a lot in a short space of time.
So in Lily's opening hand, do you have the Union Hanger and Terraforming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't know what he's drawn into.
No.
So it could possibly be a monster.
Yeah. The problem is here he can't play the second Union Hanger because it got Cyclone.
Yeah.
It just resolved without effect because of its.
But I mean, like, just even poking for damage is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If he's just got a thing to hit him with at least. There we go. That's a thing.
I was almost going to suggest his normal summons Maxi.
Yeah. No. That's. I think at this point, Maxi's one of those cards where it's a bit kind of you've got to contemplate whether you want to play it or not. Whereas in this situation, he'd just go through. He'd just play through it. So Crush Wyvern, not the strongest of the pieces of the ABC deck, Yeah,
He's gonna drop
that,
Max
of course, you would drop Maxi like right away. Oh, wow.
He does
So
have
he
double
had-
strike set though, so
Yeah. So, does he have the ability to play one strike? He does. He can play one strike.
yeah. Well, if he plays 2 and then just pokes him, I think it's still enough.
Yeah.
Assuming he
But the
doesn't
last
have
thing you
any-
want to do is play 2 strikes and then your opponent just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like your opponent just
Yeah.
summon one random defense position monster and you just be like, oh, whoops,
Yeah.
whoops, just paid a little too much.
But the pressure is definitely on both these players. Another sudden death match that we've gone into today.
So yeah, Luke has to push at least 2,200 damage in here.
But we see that Kieran hitting the board. That's big. But we will see the strike.
Yeah, so that's that, and then now we've got to see something else from Luke Campisi. Otherwise, Lee is going to take it and go to the top 4 of YCS Sydney here. Does he have something else in those back rows? He just keeps on looking. He's used his pendulum summon. I think he's. That's it. He passes, and then that's it.
Yeah,
that's
wow.
it. So Lee takes it with his ABC deck.
Going to top 4.
Yeah.
YCS Sydney.
Wow. Yeah, so the strike, the Cosmic Cyclone just brought him too low. Wow. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about that in our post-match analysis. Okay, we're back here. So, yeah, wow, that first game was so long. Backwards and forwards, and then suddenly, yeah, it was over, and we were into the second game, and then the second game was like just non-existent.
Yeah, pretty
because,
much.
Because you know, oh, Twin Twisters, I'm done with that. Can't be bothered with that. Let's go straight to game 3, and then it just all came down to the fact that he had to pay for the Cosmic Cyclone. If that had been MST, he'd have won the game.
Yeah, it's true.
That is crazy to think that.
And
even if it had been Twin Twisters, he'd have won the game.
yeah, it's funny how game 1, like Kieran was on the board like the whole time, and then
Yeah.
game 3, he goes for the Kieran again, but it gets striked, and that
Yeah.
is his downfall.
Yeah, exactly. So we've actually got a picture of all the guys who are watching. I'm pretty sure more have joined them since then. But we've got a picture of the crowd that are currently watching the feature match.
It's gone pretty crazy out there.
Yeah, there's quite a few. That's just like we just finished setting up the stream, and that's all the guys who started watching, and that's just a small snapshot of the amount of chairs that we have kind of back there behind that pillar. So yeah,
It's a long hallway too. So
yeah, it is a pretty long hallway. So yeah, let's find out what happened with the other matches. If we can get an interview with Lily, then that would be really good. If not, then we'll be right back with the top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Looking forward to it either way.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's getting down to it now.
Yeah.
It's getting very, very close. I
2
mean,
more rounds left.
Yeah. And you know, we've just seen. You know, it's not just going to be Metalfoes at this point. We've got an ABC player, and he was really kind of doing what he needed to do to get that match done. Right. So yeah, we're going to be right back with the top 4 of YCS Sydney 2017. We'll catch you guys soon.